मैं तो स्टार्ट हो मैं तो लाइव 5 मिनट पहले आप कह रहे लाइव लाइव आ गए अब देखिए अभी 2-3 मिनट
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable members of the British Parliament, esteemed community members, respected media personnel, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and assalamu alaikum to you all.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you. On behalf of the Consul General of Pakistan in Birmingham, it is my honor to welcome you all to this webinar in the observance of Kashmir Solidarity Day. Every year on 5th of February, the people of Pakistan reaffirm solidarity with their Kashmiri brothers and sisters. On this day, we renew our unwavering support for the Kashmiri people's just and legitimate struggle for the realization of their inalienable right to self-determination. The Jammu and Kashmir dispute is one of the oldest unresolved international disputes as India continues to occupy large parts of Jammu and Kashmir territory against the will of the Kashmiri people. The situation took a turn for the worse following India's illegal and unilateral actions of August 5, 2019, which are aimed at transforming Kashmiris into a disempowered community in their own land. Today, India is making efforts to consolidate its occupation of the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir through a series of administrative, judicial, and legislative measures. However, these actions cannot suppress the Kashmiri people's indomitable desire for self-determination. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an esteemed panel with us to deliberate on the subject. I will begin by introducing our esteemed panelists one by one, inviting them to speak. Each speaker is kindly requested to deliver their formal remarks for 8 to 10 minutes. I thank all of our speakers for joining us today. Pakistan Consulate in Birmingham is honored to have you with us. Over the past 78 years, Kashmiris have rendered countless sacrifices to exercise their democratic right to determine their own future. On the day of Kashmir Solidarity, I pay rich tribute to the resilience of the Kashmiri people in the face of state terrorism and oppression. The human rights situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is grim, as India is denying the Kashmiris their fundamental rights and freedoms and subjecting them to severe state repression and violence. The people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir are living in an environment of fear and intimidation, and the true representatives of the Kashmiri people remain incarcerated. The Indian security forces use excessive force to brutally victimize political activists and human rights defenders. Media has been silenced through coercion. However, no amount of oppression can dent the determination of the Kashmiris and undermine their legitimate struggle. This day reminds the international community of its responsibility towards the oppressed Kashmiri people. The United Nations must honor the commitments it had made them 77 years ago and support the Kashmiri people's struggle for self-determination. Pakistan will always stand shoulder to shoulder with the Kashmiri brothers and sisters. We will continue to extend our full moral, diplomatic, and political support to their just struggle for the realization of their self-determination, as enshrined in the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Mr. Atif Ali, BEM, who is the founder of the Birmingham Pakistani Report, a grassroots community initiative to inspire projects for Pakistanis living in Birmingham. We'll have his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miseba, and thank you for having me today. First of all, I think I'd like to thank the Consulate of Birmingham, Pakistan in Birmingham, for always being at the forefront of bringing the community together on really important topics topics that are topical, not just for the Pakistani diaspora, but also the Kashmiri diaspora in Birmingham. So I'd really like to say thank you for that. I think just in terms of why we're here today, if you like, today is really about observing Kashmir Solidarity Day, and it's saying that we stand united in our commitment to bring attention to the ongoing struggles faced by the people of occupied Jammu and Kashmir. As someone from that region, I think this is really important to me. I think it's a reminder of the pain and suffering of the Kashmiri people and the pain and suffering that they continue to experience. And I think it's an opportunity really to reaffirm our collective responsibility as the diaspora communities across Birmingham, but also the UK in this fight for justice and peace in Kashmir. I think for many of us, as many know and will have seen, Kashmir is a land of breathtaking beauty, and it has a rich heritage, and it is really a place where I think if people have visited the kind of wider region too, many of us have roots too. But I think sadly, Kashmir is also a land marked by decades of political turmoil, conflict, and human rights violations. And since the partition of 1947, it's found itself caught in the crossroads of geopolitical struggle, which has led to an immense suffering of its people. Thousands have lost their lives, countless families have been displaced, and the hope for a peaceful resolution seems distant. And that's why I think today, meetings like today and kind of call of today really helps in terms of highlighting the issue. As we know, over the recent years, the situation has worsened, and there's an increased violence and repression, as well as a lack of access to basic human rights. I think as a community, we can't turn a blind eye to this reality. We can't be bystanders, and we really need to be a bridge between the people of Kashmir and the wider world. I think as a diaspora community, we have a unique role to play in raising awareness and pushing for change. So I think what I'd like to say is, solidarity shouldn't just be a word; it should be a call for action. We need to be pushing for this call of action through dialogue, through education, and then through advocacy. And I can see we've got a local representative on our council, Councillor Wasim Zafar, who's played a massive role in highlighting the issue in the chamber of Birmingham Council House. So I think I'll end on this. Kashmir Solidarity Day is not just a day of remembrance; it's a day of action, a day of hope, and a day of determination. And I think together we can really, our collective efforts can shine a light on the darkness and essentially push for a better future for the people of Kashmir. So I've said this on similar calls. I think, let's stand together. Let's continue speaking out. And I think we need to really continue to work towards Kashmir where peace, justice, and freedom prevails. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Atif, for your insightful remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to yield the floor to Councillor Wasim Zafar, who is a Labour Councillor at the Birmingham City Council. and founder and General Secretary of Labour Friends of Kashmir. With this, over to you, Councillor Wasim Zafar.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much, Bakhtabar Mir Saiba, and thank you for your very kind opening remarks, and thank you for your kind introduction, and a big well done to Atif for opening the batting so articulately on this very, very important day. Kashmir Solidarity Day is where people, not just Kashmiris, but people from right across the world express their solidarity with those that are suffering in Kashmir. I'm proud to be a British-born Kashmiri. My roots and my heritage is to Azad Jammu Kashmir, and I'm incredibly proud and privileged to be connected to such a beautiful area of the world. But at the same time, my heart bleeds for my brothers and sisters in Indian-occupied Kashmir who are really, really struggling. So today is about expressing solidarity not just with all Kashmiris, but in particular those who are suffering in Indian-occupied Kashmir. I want to thank Bakhtabar and her team at the Consulate and the people of Pakistan for not just organising today's event. Today is, Kashmir Solidarity Day is a symbolic day, but each and every day of our calendar should be all about expressing solidarity with Kashmiris, and there is no better example than the people of Pakistan and the institutions of Pakistan. The biggest advocate, the biggest supporter, the biggest ally for the people of Kashmir has always been our brothers and sisters in Pakistan, and in particular the institutions. If it wasn't for the Pakistan Armed Forces, this struggle that we've got today wouldn't be where it is. And after the sacrifices and struggles of our brothers and sisters in Indian-occupied Kashmir and the constant slaughter and human right violations that they're suffering, after them, the biggest contributor to our cause has been the people and the institutions of Pakistan. And as Kashmiris, we can never ever forget that. And I'm not saying that we will always agree. I'm not saying that we need to agree with everything, and we need to absolutely fight for our rights, whether they're in respect of electricity and other such development causes. There's absolutely no right. In the same way that Pakistanis right across the different provinces will fight for their rights and will hold governments of whatever political colour to account, the Kashmiris in Azad Jammu Kashmir have that exact right. But we shall never ever forget that our elder brother, our elder sister, the institutions of Pakistan have always been with us as Kashmiris. And I just hope and pray that other institutions, in particular here in the United Kingdom, the challenge of Kashmir and the dispute of Kashmir is largely down to an exit of the British Empire from what was then India without addressing the core issue of Kashmir, and that has lingered on and on for decades. So it's not just a moral obligation, it's a legal obligation on the British government to ensure that they play a forefront role in this. It's not just the fact that we've got masses of Kashmiris and Pakistanis in the UK who lobby their parliamentarians that the British government should play the role, but this is unfinished business from the British Empire, and they need to play a very, very proactive role in addressing that. I think Atif touched upon this. What is our role? I'm sat here as an elected councillor, and as Mukhtar said, I'm also the General Secretary of Labour Friends of Kashmir. But what's my role as a British-born Kashmiri? What's my role as a councillor? What's my role as an activist? What's my role in somebody who believes in peace on this cause? Our forefathers, when they came here, they really fought the battle, and they continue to fly the flag for Kashmiris. And the issue of Kashmir. They're campaigning despite their limitations when it comes to language and understanding the culture and democratic structures in this country. They worked incredibly hard and continue to work hard on this issue, and I want to salute each and every one of them. They've got their way of doing things, but their passion and their commitment for their motherland is second to none. But the generations after that, and I look at my generation and look at the next generations, we haven't really done as well as we should have. We have grown in numbers as a community here, but how have we educated not just our own but others about this particular issue? And I look at the Palestinian cause, a very just cause, and I look and see that a lot of people that are rightly at the forefront of that campaign and that struggle here in Birmingham and across the United Kingdom are of Kashmiri origin. And that's great, that's fantastic. But I also ask them, our brothers and sisters in Indian occupied Kashmir are also suffering, and let's also support their cause. But I think the real challenge here is understanding the cause and understanding the issue. So I don't think we have done enough to educate our people about the dispute, about the real issues of the dispute, the geography of the dispute, the history of the dispute, and I think more needs to be done about that. And then we can empower them to go and campaign on this particular issue. And I'm going to finish on this note. I think it's a responsibility for each and every one of us to educate our children first and foremost. Now, I love going to Pakistan and Kashmir. I at least go once a year. I spent time last year in 24. I went twice. Spent a lot of time there with family and friends. I've got a strong friends network, but that didn't happen overnight. My parents encouraged me to go when I was younger, and my family and friends looked after me there. They showed me Pakistan. They showed me the beauties of Kashmir, and I travelled and I learned, and I grew that love and passion for Kashmir. And I last summer I took my 3 children. They're 9, 6, and 2. Right in the middle of the summer, because that's what summer holidays. The summer holidays here in the UK are there. I didn't want them to miss schooling time, but I was able to go there and educate them, not just about Kashmir, but introduce them to my family and friends, introduce them to the village that my roots are. And that for me is a start of me educating them about the issue of Kashmir, because we can then pull the map out of the world, and they can ask me, why isn't Kashmir on the map? Why is it we've got Pakistan here and India here and Bangladesh here and Sri Lanka here? Where's Kashmir? And that's where we can start to talk about this. And those are the conversations we're having. So I think it's absolutely essential that we start at home. We educate our children. We introduce them to our culture. We show them the best of our culture, and then educate them about this issue. Once again, I want to thank everyone for their hard work. Feb Kashmir has just come online. He's a stalwart of this movement. He's somebody who works day and night on this cause, like many others. And I want to pay tribute to each and every one of those who not only work on Kashmir Solidarity Day, but they express solidarity with Kashmiris each and every day of the calendar. And through their hard work and their commitment, inshallah, Kashmir will be free. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Councillor Wasim Zafar, for your advocacy and for your heartfelt remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Ms. Councillor Naila Sharif, who is a Labour councillor and chairperson of the Jammu and Kashmir Self-Determination Movement International. With this, I hand over the floor to Councillor Naila Sharif.
Assalamu alaikum and very good morning as well. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to showing my personal and also from my organization, which is Jammu Kashmir Self-Determination Organization, our support to our Kashmiri brothers and sisters today. Means this is very ongoing thing from long time as well, and today we all are together for this a very important issue. We're observing the Solidarity Day, which we're doing every year, and it is important to remind people the struggles and the right of the people of Kashmir people. On this day, where we show our support, we also would like to highlight their struggles. They're facing the challenges at the moment. They need that peace and freedom and the right to live happily in their own homeland. And I think we should remember that peace can only be achieved through the dialogues and understanding the issue. Means instead of the conflict, we should work towards the harmony and bringing the issues to the international level as well. That's why we work. The Jammu Kashmir team is working towards the awareness side more on the different forums. Recently, we started our activities here in UK, where we are engaging on a different forums. For example, recently we have engaged in with our parliamentarian, which is Debbie Ibrahim, and our Lord Shafaq Muhammad, and creating that a reminder for us and for other people as well, that what is the issue actually and what you need to do with. Like our brothers before said as well, the very important is that engagement with our grassroots, with our community, which is the women. We always engage with them, because through that the youth is being also educated to this very important issue. Like all year round, we have organized these activities, which we are going to deliver in the different towns of UK. And yesterday we have presented this to the 10 Downing Street Parliament as well. And also today they have got some conference going on in the Parliament as well. So these are the issues that these are the efforts we are making, and I think more and more we would like to create that kind of a workshops, conferences, and then the voice of the people can go far as much as we can just take it, because they're suffering from such a long time. And like my brother said, that it's the duty of the parliamentarian here in UK. And it is, I will stress on that as well, because the conflict has been, they got the responsibility as well to give the solution from the both sides, from Pakistan and India as well. So in Jammu Kashmir self-determination, there's more women working at the moment who are creating this awareness, and also a voice of our Kashmiri women, especially I will say, who are living in those circumstances where they haven't got any like a half widows. I'm a Pakistani, and I educate myself more than joining this Jammu Kashmir self-determination JKSDMI organization, and that's why I decided myself to fight and to work for this cause, and that's how I'm engaging other grassroots community as well, to raise their voice on every forum, engaging with our parliamentarians, engaging with our colleagues, educating them as well in the health sector, in wherever we got the opportunity, we do speak about their rights, their freedom, their peace, because the message we have given on last our event, that if you can think about it, the human rights for other people, for example in Ukraine, in other part of the world, why not the Kashmiri people? Means it should be the same policy for them as well. They need to be heard, they need to be listened, they need to be talked. Just give them an opportunity that they can decide for their future. Nobody else has got the right to decide for them. I think the Kashmiri people should be involved, should be heard, and should have a dialogue with them to understand their issues, challenges, and bringing the solution for themselves, and make their own choices. This is my message, and I will say thank you to Raja Najabat Saab, who is leading this Kashmir organization for a long time, and I've just joined from last 6-7 years, and I've learned a lot from there as well, and we are very strong voice, because I have only seen this organization who is bringing this issue alive to different forums, and also creating that awareness which we really needed for the next generation. So I'll pray for them, and hopefully wishing and prayers that they are going to have a soon solution for their struggles. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Naila Sharif, for your advocacy, for your personal efforts and the efforts of Jammu and Kashmir Self-Determination Movement International in raising awareness on the plight of Kashmiri people in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Mr. Fahim Kiani, who is the president of Tehreek-e-Kashmir UK. His continued focus on shedding light on the challenges faced by the Kashmiris in the Indian occupied valley are truly appreciated. With this, I hand over the floor to Mr. Fahim Kiani.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And first of all, I would like to thank Birmingham Consulate, Vice Consul General of Birmingham, Bakhtaur Mir Saiba, to organizing this Kashmir Solidarity online webinar. Today, the people of Kashmir from AJK and from Pakistan, supporters of Kashmir around the world, observing Kashmir Solidarity Day to the people and showing solidarity with the people of Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir. We appreciate the stance of the state of Pakistan. Whenever Pakistani government representatives go to the international community, they always tell this is not a territorial dispute between India and Pakistan. This is a matter of right of self-determination of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. But India always try to dissolve this issue in international corridors, and they say this is a territorial dispute between India and Pakistan. But at the moment we can see Kashmir is an integral part of India, but this false narrative is rejected by the world community. The world still consider Kashmir is a disputed region, and being a British Kashmiri, what we can do for the people of Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir. So we need to do lobbying in British Parliament, because whenever we approach the British government, they always say this dispute is between India and Pakistan, and India and Pakistan should resolve this issue. But this is a false statement by the British government, because this is not an issue between India and Pakistan. This is an international issue and recognized by the United Nations through several resolutions. And so this is the British, being a permanent member of the Security Council, this is a responsibility of the British government to implement all those resolutions which were passed by the United Nations. At the moment, Kashmir is the longest unresolved issue of the United Nations, and United Nations Human Rights Commission has published 2 reports in 2018 and 2019 on human rights violations in Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir. But inaction of international community on these 2 reports is a question mark. If you look at the situation in Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir, at the moment, thousands of people have been arrested under black laws, especially journalists. There is no space for journalists to write about Kashmir issue. And you can say our sister Asya Andarabi, she's in Tahar jail, Yasin Malik, Shabir Shah, Masarat Alam, all the political leadership is in jail at the moment under the black laws. So we need to raise a voice for political prisoners as well. As far as the role of government of Pakistan, we are very pleased as a Kashmiri. We are very pleased from the role of the government of Pakistan, but they need to do more activities at the national level, because India, through the digital media, through the Bollywood propaganda, they're trying to portray the image of this struggle in negative way. So we need to expose the brutalities of Indian Army, how the people of Jammu and Kashmir are the victims of Indian brutal occupation, subjugation and oppression in last 7 decades. So at the moment, we need to engage human rights organizations, Amnesty International, other organizations, human rights organizations, to bring on the page of the issue of Kashmir. You can see how they are involved in Palestine issue. So There are a lot of things to do, but today we want to send a message to the people of Indian occupied Kashmir. We are with you. We will continue this struggle until you get right to self-determination. And as being a Kashmir, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, I want to send a message to the people of Pakistan. We are very grateful to your support, your dedication, your commitment with the Kashmir cause. The way you are raising today voice for the people of Indian occupied Kashmir is commendable, and we appreciate your efforts. Once again, I'm very thankful to the government of Pakistan, America to Sydney, from London to other countries. Everywhere today, we can see social media is full of with these kind of events. And once again, I'm very thankful to the local councillor Wasim, Zafar, Naila Sharif, and other participants, our youth leaders here, Atif. So we need to work together. And if we come together under one umbrella and with one strategy, we can make a difference in this country. Thank you.
You're on mute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fahim Kiani, for your remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that the voices of our speakers have been a critical addition to the subject matter. I thank all our speakers for their contributions. Desolate neighborhoods, wailing mothers, blinded children, all plead for intervention in the name of humanity to save the Kashmiris. Thank you all very much for being with us today to express solidarity with the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Allah Hafiz.